Good evening and welcome to Angel's Haven. This is by way of being an intro to the intro. The video you're about to see is my second attempt at putting together a video with a bunch of snippets of video. And the first one was 37 minutes long. Nobody needs to watch me laugh and make fun of myself and make the occasional intelligent remark for 37 minutes. 3 minutes, 7 minutes, maybe. So the one you're about to see, I think, is 26 minutes. And that might be too long, but I hope you enjoy. And as my friend Anil would say, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And obviously, if you're watching it, you're already subscribed, because no one would watch my videos unless they were subscribed. But if by some weird chance you're not, please feel free to do so. I do not care about the algorithm. I don't care about, I'm not trying to monetize this channel or any of those things, but I do like the idea that I have a connection with people over my tiny life. So please enjoy. Good evening and welcome to Angel's Haven. This will be the introductory video to my rearranging my sitting room to accommodate a table that's arriving on Monday. If you follow my blog, you know what this table is. If you don't follow my blog, go to myyouwithoutcomplaining.com and look at the entry entitled Discoveries About Myself, and that will tell you what the table is. To make this video relevant, I'd like to talk a little bit about the need to go through your tiny house every few months, or once a year, or twice a year, and re-examine the personal property in the tiny house to decide whether you've accumulated things that you don't need, whether you can get rid of things that you had that have been replaced by preferable items, just to keep the amount of clutter from overwhelming you. I am not a minimalist. If I were a minimalist, this might not be necessary. I don't know. I've never been one. As you can see, there's my mother-in-law's secretary filled with things that I've collected that I value. People make fun of me sometimes for that, but let them live the way they want to live. Hats up there, those are my summer era hats. I have an equal number of winter or cold weather hats. But my choice to live in this 200 square foot tiny house is to do this every couple of months or maybe twice a year. And I definitely buy fewer things that I used to buy. I'm certainly not, as I said, a minimalist, but it's very important when you go tiny to remember that you just don't have as much room as you used to have. So I'm going to pull most things out of the sitting room. I know what this table looks like and basically what its dimensions are. I kind of have planned where I'm going to put it. I want to move things out, clean the floors fairly well, and make a conscious choice about a few items that will come out of there to make room for this table, which will either go to my shop to be used there or be given away. So I'll take a little video of how it looks now, and then when the table arrives on Monday, how it looks with the table, and I might show you the mess when I get everything pulled out. So let's get to it. So let me give you a little guided tour of what we have here. Behind this wall is my stepladder. That printer, which I bought 6 years ago, has quit printing. It prints blank pages. I've tried everything. It only cost $50 6 years ago, and the ink costs more than that, so that's getting dumped for sure. This wicker cabinet came from the Holmes house in Kansas City, my house. Right now it has sweaters and cedar chips in it. It stays, but will get relocated. Under that pile of blankets and a green pillow is the little tiny cedar chest. That's going to get relocated. Back in the corner is a beautiful walnut cabinet that my sister Joyce bought me when she was visiting me here. That's going to get used in a different way or relocated. That lamp, which I really love, is going to end up being next to my reading chair, which I will show you in a minute. The angels will stay. My Dorothea Lange, I bought that. This light is kind of bright. I bought that clear frame thinking it would work, and my friend Jimmy Stewart really worked hard to install it, but the picture slides out of it, and it's bigger than I wanted, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about that. That is the next to it is a photograph by Genevieve Casey. So those two photographs really are too large to go anywhere else. They will stay, although I might get a different frame for the Dorothea Lange. I like one that's black like Genevieve's. I believe the table that's arriving will go on that wall under those pictures. I believe the love seat will go here. I've had a love seat there before. I liked it there. And I've measured. Behind me is my tape measure, one of my tape measures. Can you see it? Maybe not. There it is. I have 4 or 5. And I measured. It will fit. The depth of this sitting room from the, so I am basically under what is a drop loft. Originally this was a sleeping cubby with a built-in double bed that had drawers under it. I thought I would like being on the first floor. I thought people would use my bed like a day bed. They didn't. The only people that would sit in it were children and gay couples. So, I mean, I know a lot of gay couples and I know a lot of children, but I know a lot of other people too. So, the reason the loft was dropped, ooh, sorry for that light, was because this was a sleeping cubby, and that way I had a full room above, which was my writing room originally. And now it's my little bedroom. So this is really like a cave, but once you get duck down and get in it, it's comfortable, at least for me and my friends. So it is 6 foot deep, and it is 4 foot tall, I think. It might be 5 feet tall. No, it's 4 feet tall. That love seat is 48 inches from arm to arm, and that little table there, the walnut table, is 17 inches, I think. So I'm relatively sure that I can put the love seat here with that walnut table next to it. Let's see about my math. 49 plus, it's not 17, it's 12. 49 plus 12 is 61, and 6 feet is 72 inches, right? I'm not that good at math. So that Amish table, which you'll read about if you read my blog, will go next, it'll go next to this gold chair, which is going to be angled in that corner. So basically, they'll swap. Let me stand up, which might not work, but I'll try it. Yeah. So anyway, that Amish table will become the drinks table for my wonderful easy chair that Tim Anderson gave me. I used to have a rocking chair in here, but no matter what rocking chair I had, it just didn't work. So this gold chair will be angled in the corner, like at a 45-degree angle. This gray thing is my dirty clothes hamper. I'm not 100% sure where that will go. I might have to put it up in my bedroom. I'm not sure. I don't want to, but I have to think about that. I might have to have a different solution. This is my shoe bench. See the shoes? My thought is to put my shoe bench against the wall where the clothes hamper currently is, and form an L with the cedar chest, which gives auxiliary seating on the cedar chest. And then that little tiny dresser, which is quasi-sentimental in a strange way that I won't discuss at this moment in time, will probably go against the shoe bench, which will be against the wall under those pictures. I originally wanted to hang that little dresser on the wall, but it won't work. I measured it because that's what I do. I measure. My sewing box will go on the floor under that little Amish table. The chess set will probably go to the kids' corner at the shop. My little tiny antique footstool, which belonged to my great-grandmother, typically tucks under the gold chair. It's out right now because I was using it. And then that footstool, which doesn't really go with anything I have in here, but it came from the Holmes house, and it's insanely comfortable to sit on. You wouldn't believe it. But the table that's coming looks like that Amish table there, except it's double the width. So my plan is to put it against the back wall and to tuck this under it so that it can be pulled out and sat on. It's ridiculously comfortable. I sit on it sometimes. I don't have any idea why it's comfortable, but it is. So that's what I'm aiming for. What's coming out of here, what I haven't decided yet is what to do with the wicker thing. And where to put my sewing box. And so those are the things that I have to decide. Also, those blankets are supposed to be in that chest. And they fit in that chest. I just haven't gotten them in it. So that's what I'm working with. What's arriving is an Amish table that looks like that Amish table in the corner, except it's long. It's twice as long. It's the same basic table, though. I mean, it isn't the same, but it looks like that. So that's what we're working with. The only thing I haven't really figured out is the wicker cabinet over here. I'm sorry. Oh, I've closed you up. I'm sorry. I am not really a videographer. My friend, the videographer, is watching this right now saying, Corinne, what are you doing? So anyway, it's really dusty in here. I do dust, but I live in a park. I live in a 15-acre park. Our side of the park is quite wooded, not wooded. It has trees, it has a ring of trees all around the area, and we have a gravel road, and it's dusty. It's a park, and we live on a levee, so no matter how much you dust yourself, it will be dusty. So that's what we're working with, and when I pull everything out, I'll show you the mess. Okay, this is too amusing not to share. So I had that blue box, or gray box, I guess, the other gray box in that basket under the love seat with clothes in them. As Candace Adrian, my neighbor and friend and cohort, says, I have a thing with storage containers. So I had plastic cords storage containers under the love seat, but they didn't close well. So I had these other containers just, I think they were under the bed upstairs. And I got those Ziploc bags, these very Ziploc bags, see, totes. Notice how they portray them storing clothing. Notice how they portray them with a blue band, a solid blue band. Let's see the close-up. Solid blue band. Now let's see a close-up of the actual tote. It's not a solid blue band at all. It's perforated. So that's the first problem. The second problem is I have too many sweaters in them. And when I slid them under the love seat, apparently I tore the lining. And there's all the lining. So I also discovered that that is my backup propane heater, and I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to put that. I think it will go in the cupboard on the back of my house. So there's the mess, the messy stage, and now that I've torn the lining, I suppose those things will fit under it. But the truth of the matter is, even though I put cedar in those Ziploc bags, I can't really store things in them because all my winter things are wool and we have moths around here. So there you have it. But on a better note, the love seat and the little walnut table do fit over here. I discovered those two wooden chairs behind the, not chairs, tables behind the love seat. Those came from the Holmes house. Patrick and I bought them years ago at a yard sale. Not a yard sale, an estate sale. He carried them home, I think. They're very handy for when you have company, so I don't want to get rid of them. They will probably tuck very nicely in that space. And sitting over here, for the time being, I'm just going to undo that frame and slide Dorothea Lange back. Dorothea Lange is the photographer, of course, back and make her centered, and then I'll think later about the frame. My idea about that frame setup was that she would be clear, so she's gray and black, and then she would be offset by Genevieve's, and I don't think it really worked visually, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But it does appear, with the exception of the fact that I still don't know what to do about that wicker thing, I clearly have too many winter clothing items, considering I live in Northern California. We only have about 3 weeks of winter, and at that, it's, you know, it's not very cold. It rains, but it's not very cold. So, I don't know. I think maybe I have to go through my winter clothes and pare down so that I don't need so many storage containers. So there you have it. Talk to you later. So I just need to jump on here and say that a few things have not worked. That cabinet that's sitting right there, I really want to hang it on that wall. I think the only way that's going to work is if it covers up, if I take that big added outlet converter out of that plug, I think it would work. I have it sitting on there right now just to get it up off the floor, but that's my plan. It fits space-wise. It's just that outlet converter that I have on there makes it cumbersome. Obviously, I'm not going to leave it where it is. It's just up there to get it out of the way. The other option is to take one or both of these down and hang it there. I really don't want to do that. Really, I can't tell you how much I don't want to do that. And yet I don't want to sacrifice having that little tiny dresser. It's not a family piece of mine, this little dresser. It was actually made by my third ex-husband's first wife's grandfather for their daughter, but I really like it. It's not designed to be hung, but I think I could put D-rings on it and hang it, and that's my plan. So it's sitting there for now just to get it off the floor so I could sweep. And my plan is to hang it on that wall. It fits, as I said, it would basically straddle that cabinet probably. I don't know exactly how I would do that. That wicker cabinet has got to go, but until I have the time and energy to pare down my winter things again, even more, so that I don't need that for storage, I have to keep it, and I can't do everything in one day. Another problem, so this is the spot where the table that's coming is intended to go. I don't have a spot for my walnut. Let me let you see this walnut table. This is the one that my sister Joyce bought me. I love it. I absolutely love it. And as I said, it has my Kansas City writers in it. But I can't figure out where to put it. My bedroom, I have a bedside table. And it's a very tiny bedroom. So I have more things in it right now than can fit in it, so I need to pare it down. But I don't know where to put this. I haven't figured it out. I don't think... I had a brief moment where I thought it would go under that, and I've had this brief moment before, but no, it won't. It's exactly as tall as a drawer. So I don't know. I haven't figured that out. I originally had it at the far end of the love seat on which I'm currently sitting. But when I had it here, see the mess? When I had that there, instead of having this here, then the love seat and the chair were too close together, so that, here are my knees, where are my knees? Yeah, so that if I was sitting in this chair, love seat, and someone was sitting in the chair, our knees would be knocking. So then I put it at the end here, but I had nowhere for this Amish table. And I don't know. I'm in a quandary. One potential is to get rid of the shoe bench and put the cedar thing there and get something tall and narrow for shoes, which might be a good idea now that I think about it. And then I could put this pretty little table next to the tall, narrow shoe holder thing. That's probably what I'll do. And then the Amish table that's coming will go there, and it'll fit just perfectly there. And if I can get that to hang on the wall, that wall there, right here, which it fits. I've measured it 500 times. Well, not 500, but you know, several. If I could get that to go there, and it looked okay, then the cedar chest could go where this shoe bench is. A tall shoe holder could go there, you know, half the width of that cedar chest, and the walnut table could go beside it. And I think that would work. And then the table that's coming could go here. I didn't really want to have the two Amish tables so close to each other. I wanted them to be... Oh, so that's it. If I got a tall, narrow thing that was half the width of that cedar chest for shoes, then this Amish table could go next to the chair on that side, and then the walnut thing could go at the end of the love seat. That's exactly what will happen. And then the new Amish table could go, or the one that's not new, but the one that's coming could go where I plan to put it, right there. So that's what I'll do. I'm so glad we had this talk. I need to get somebody with actual skills to put D-rings on the back of that little dresser, because I don't want to damage it by using my rudimentary skills. So it will sit right there until I can get an actual carpenter over. No rush on that. Or a handy person like, you know, Philip down the way or somebody, and that will work. That leaves, the only thing I have not figured out is the clothes hamper. And if I could get rid of the wicker thing, I could leave the clothes hamper where it had been, but I haven't figured that out yet. So, and as you can see, I have too many bags again. It just happens. I don't know how it happens. So that's where we're at. I'm going to clean up a little, clean up the messes. It's about, I have no idea what time it is, maybe 8:30 Pacific time, and I'm tired. You know, I have to say something right at this moment about those curtains. I have one on the window behind me and one here. I bought those curtains at Target in Kansas City in 2017, and my son hung them up for me when I moved here, right where you see them. There's one behind me and that one in front of me, and I still love them. I was thinking the other day, I don't remember when I last took them down to wash them. They need to be washed. It was probably, I don't know, a couple years ago. But I still love them. They still look good. And I'm very happy about them. So I'm going to clean up. I have piles of things there that need to be dealt with. I have to figure out what to do about the clothes hamper. It will not fit in my 21-inch closet. I've tried that multiple times. I'd have to divest myself of about 10 pieces of clothing, and there are only 25 pieces of clothing in there now. And I have to open this cedar chest and put the blankets in it. That pile of pictures was on the wall there. I have to deal with them. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I'm getting there. It's actually really nice to be able to have a new perspective. And there you have it. I'm sure this video is way too long, and there will only be a few minutes added to it when the new table comes, but I'm having fun and I hope you're enjoying it. Good evening and welcome to Angel's Haven. It's Monday, July 29th. The Amish Table coming from Dennis Lisenby by way of his friend Debbie arrived today. You see it there on the back wall under the two photographs. I still need to get a different frame, I'm afraid, for that Dorothea Lange print. But the table looks great. You see the footstool fits under it. My little round footstool is sitting in front of it. To the right of my easy chair is the other Amish table. The next to the other Amish table is the shoe rack that I purchased to take the place of the shoe bench, which had to go away. There's the cedar chest, which actually you can see now, which you couldn't previously see. It's quite beautiful. It was made actually for my son when I was pregnant with him by a woodworker in Jasper, Arkansas. I think the sitting room looks cozy. The table arrived today. My neighbor Dia put it in the car. It was a very big box. My neighbor Ken carried it from the car to the porch, opened it, and they had taken the legs off, which I expected. Ken put them back on for me, carried it inside. I told him it was really probably best that he had done that, because I would have not only struggled with it, but cried the whole time. I was able to get the room together over the weekend, and I really like it. I'm very, very grateful to Dennis for leaving me the table. May he rest in peace, 12-foot giant that he was. To his friend Debbie for getting it to me, and to all the people that helped me get it put together and in the house. So thank you for spending this time with me. I hope not only did you get a glimpse of my life, but you learned something both about small spaces and about cherishing memories. See you next time.